Alright, welcome back into part 2 of my video going over the updated quad records. Now, we've gone over that, and I've talked about for the last several minutes about Indiana Wesleyan, and I will say a couple of final, I will say a few final closing thoughts about them here in just a second. Now, for the Wildcats, here's, as I was saying in my last video, what I started to say in my last video was that if y'all, don't worry about the seeding. Like, don't worry about the tournament seeding, league tournament seeding. Don't worry about the national tournament, because right now, if I'm Indiana Wesleyan, if I'm anyone on their coach, if I'm Indiana Wesleyan's coaching staff right now, and I'm seeing this video, I'm not sharing any of this information with the players, and here's the reason why. Because if you share this information with the players, then I think the players would say, well, oh my gosh, well, that means that we have to play perfect, and we can't afford to have any bad losses, and we can't afford to have any bad games. Or, like, if teams are going to have bad games, that's going to happen to even the best of the best teams. Even the best of the best teams, they're going to have bad shooting games. Teams are going to be 20-25% from the field. That's just the game of basketball. Like, it's not. And again, I'm not trying to talk bad about any basketball team in particular, but but if I'm the Lady Wildcats, I'm not telling this to my players. What I am going to say to my players, if I'm the Indiana Wesleyan coaching staff right now, and I'm seeing this video, what I would say to my players is, please keep smiling at each and every game. Please keep playing hard. Let's just go out and have fun. Let's just go out and have fun, play our best. Play our tail off all 40 minutes, play a good, solid 40 minutes of basketball, and most of all, do it all for the glory of God, which is Colossians 3, verse 10. I believe it's Colossians 3:10, 3:20, Colossians 3:20, Colossians 3:10. It's somewhere in there. Again, I'm not a Bible scholar, so I'm not, I don't know the Bible inside and out, even though I probably should. But I do know that is what I would be saying to Indiana Wesleyan's players as of today. I would tell them, just have fun, go out and just have fun. Don't worry about anything else. Let's just build momentum the rest of the season, when we know that we are going to be way better next year, because we have way more scoring that's going to be coming in next year based on our recruiting class, and we're also going to be adding a lot more size next year, whether that's recruiting more freshman players or whether that's going to a transfer portal and trying to pick up some D1, D2, or even D3 transfers. So, pardon me. That's what I would be saying to Indiana Wesleyan's players as of today. And then, and I'd be like, and I would also tell them, finish the regular season strong. That's all you can do. Finish the regular season strong. And then once we get into the league tournament, then I would say, okay, well, let's just go out and have fun again in round 1 of a league tournament. And then if we get a round 2 game, just go out and have fun. Don't worry about who we're playing. Don't worry about, well, oh my God, we have to beat them. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Just go out and have fun and be yourself and glorify God most of all. And then if we're fortunate and blessed enough to have a round 3 league championship game, then I would tell them, just go out and have fun. Just don't worry about winning a conference tournament championship. Just go out, have fun, do your best. And then if we end up winning the conference championship, then I would tell my players, hey, guess what? We won the league championship. We got an automatic bid into the national tournament, and isn't that great? And I'm sure all the players would be like, well, absolutely. Then they'd be like, well, how in the world did we get in? And what I would tell them is, because you all did your best over the last 6 games of the regular season, and we won a conference tournament championship to go along with that. Now, prior to any of that happening, I would not mention any of the rest of it to any of the players as of today. Like, I would not even mention the national tournament to them unless we win the league tournament championship, or if we get an at-large bid in the national tournament. Like, if we don't win the league championship and we're on the bubble, I would tell my players, just watch the selection show. Let's just have fun watching the selection show, and just cheer on our other Crossroads League opponents that will be in for sure. And just go in, cheer, and watch the selection show, cheer on all the other Crossroads League schools that make the national tournament. That's what I would be telling all of my players as of today. And then if we see our name that gets called, be surprised. Like, be like, well, and then be like, man, praise God. Like, this is awesome. How did we get in? And like, to me, that's what I would be doing right now if I'm Indiana Wesleyan. I would just, that's what I would do, because you don't want to put an extra amount of pressure or stress onto your players, and not just for Indiana Wesleyan, but for any bubble team across the NAIA this year. I would not want to put any extra pressure or stress on my players talking about, are we going to make the national tournament or not? Are we going to make it? Are we going to make it? Are we going to make it? And what happens if we don't? And then if we don't, well, what did we do wrong this year? Like, don't worry about any of that stuff. Like, just don't worry about any of it. Just like I said at the top of this video, go out, have fun, play your tail off all 40 minutes, and most of all, glorify God in everything that you do. Like, that's exactly what I would tell my players. If I was a coach, I would say that same exact. I would say that to my players, because that's what matters most. What matters, and again, I'm not trying to get on a big rant or tangent, or I'm not trying to do any of that. But I will say that as I close this video, that for Indiana Wesleyan, y'all are 40th in the RPI. And again, I would not tell my players that. I would just keep it all a private conversation between the coaching staff. So if you are watching this video and you're part of the Indiana Wesleyan coaching staff, just please keep this private amongst yourselves and don't tell any of the players. And again, this would be the case for any bubble team that would to make the national tournament. If I'm any bubble team for the national tournament right now, I would just keep this private with all the coaching staff. So if I'm Indiana Wesleyan, I'm keeping this private just among the coaching staff. Y'all are 40th in the RPI right now, which that does mean that you all would be not totally locked into the national tournament, but y'all would be firmly in. And again, I'm not going to say an exact seed. I'm not going to say which teams you would play in the first round, but y'all would be firmly in as of today. Y'all have jumped 21 spots just in 1 week. Why? Because of upsetting Taylor at home by 16 points. And then going on the road and upsetting St. Francis, number 6 in the country, upsetting them by 2 points. I personally think, as I end this video, that what I think for y'all is if you don't win that road St. Francis game, I think you all are more than likely probably only in the maybe 50th, 51st in the RPI because of upsetting Taylor. If y'all don't win that road St. Francis game. But I think that what really boosted that, and you figure too, like y'all if you broke it down, y'all moved up 10 spots in the RPI just with beating those two teams alone. 10 spots each. Now, if y'all are able to beat Huntington at home on Wednesday, which I'll be there at that game, so I'll definitely be cheering y'all on. Should be a phenomenal game. Looking forward to being back there. It's been literally almost a month since I've been there, so I've really missed it. And I plan on being there, plus buying some new gear in the team store. So really looking forward to that. But if y'all are able to beat Huntington, and I'll make sure I bring the extra juice as well, because that's obviously important, and I love our acronym of JUICE as well. So again, it's going to be a great game. Huntington's a really tough team. Like, I saw them play here in Mount Vernon last Wednesday, and they are really tough offensively. They set a lot of ball screens and then kick it back outside to the three-point line to try and get a 3-point shot to fall. But they can also drive in on you as well. So again, that's not up to me. It's up to the scouting people to go over them and come up with a good game plan. That again. But if you all are able to upset them and upset Spring Arbor on the road on Saturday before the next RPIs come out Monday, I'm telling you, you all might actually get up inside the top 30, 32, 33 in the RPI if you win those two games. Now, do I think you'll win those two games? Probably not. But as red hot as what y'all are playing right now, it's definitely possible. Definitely possible. And you know what the biblical saying is? With God, nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible with God. Please remember that. And not just for any team in particular, but anybody watching this video. Whether you're a fan, a coach, a player, no matter who you are, nothing is impossible with God. Now, as I end this video, and again, I'm not trying to get on a big tangent or rant about my favorite team or about anybody or about any team in particular, but I will say as I end this video, if the Lady Wildcats are able to keep playing this red hot, and let's say and y'all went 2-4 against these final 6 teams the first go around. Now, if you go 2-4 against these teams this go around, you probably will not make the national tournament. But y'all, I did do the math real quick. Y'all went 4-2 in the months of November and January. You went 2-2 in the month of December. If y'all probably are going to have to aim, at least I would aim for at least 3-3. At least 3-3 in these last 6 games. Because if you go 3-3, you're 16-12 going into the league tournament. If you go 3-3, you finish 10-8 in the conference, which isn't too terribly bad. If you go 3-3, I think you all have to. I shouldn't say you have to because nothing's a guarantee, but I would say 3-3 at bare minimum is what I would be aiming for in these final 6 games. But it's not about the numbers. It's about the talent. It's about the consistency, and most of all, it's about doing your best. It's about doing your best, all for the glory of God, going out, having fun, and playing 40 solid minutes of basketball. That's what it's about, not about anything else. But if we wanted to get a little bit technical in terms of what y'all would need to do to have a real chance at a national tournament bid and to be a firm lock into the national tournament like y'all would be as of today, I would say aim for 3-3 in these final 6 games. Maybe even 4-2. If y'all finish 4-2, you're 11-7, you're 17-11 overall going into the league tournament, and y'all maybe could run the league tournament or at least win the first game. Nobody knows how all that will play out. But it's going to be really, really interesting to see how all that plays out. For these Lady Wildcats, they have a very, very real and good chance at surprising a lot of people compared to just a month ago. Like, it's just crazy to think about how they have turned the season around so far. Now, does that continue? We don't know. It's going to be really fun to see how all that plays out. And again, I apologize if I sounded like I went on any rants or tangents. I did not intend for that to be the case. I just wanted to talk about, their chances and everybody else's chances in the Crossroads League as well. So, if you did enjoy this video or find it super helpful, please either like, comment, or subscribe. Any one of those options helps me out greatly. Thanks so much for tuning into this video, and I will be back with you tomorrow going over the updated ARC numbers. That is going to be really, really, really not just important, but also interesting as well. So, again, I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks so much for tuning into this video, and may God bless you and your family always.